With Sun Show. It's on, baby. It's on. We on. Let's get it popping.
For your show
Today,
now, press 1 to
I
hear important.
Since it appears you're calling
said,
back into a
I
live
said
show, we are
today,
reconnecting you
you're
now.
talking about your ideas or your money. Your ideas or your money. You gotta give up one. Which one would you give up, son? Would you hold both of them until they're done? Would you lose your life? Would you lose your crib? Would you lose the thing that make you go to bed and feel good about yourself? Your wealth is as important as your health. No, but I'm going to do this thing on this show. We're going to talk about protecting your ideas and your money, yo, and everything is going to be all right. We do this thing on a Sunday day, not night, and I'm glad to be here. You know, it's been a while since we did both shows for the Urban Therapy with Sun show, but we're going to do it today, and everything is going to be all right. So this afternoon on this NFL playoff Sunday on the Urban Therapy with Sun show, we are talking about your ideas or your money. Your ideas or your money. Which one is safer to steal from you? You know that you've given up one. You know, someone has stolen something from you sometime in your life. Have they stolen your ideas? Is your intellectual property so valuable to you that you would never speak to a person, deal with the person, be around with the person, have a person around you? Again, if they took your ideas like they wasn't a friend, well, sometimes friends feel like it's okay to take your ideas. You know, they feel like it's an idea. You're not really stealing anything. And we're not even getting paid from it. But what about the times where there is money involved for your ideas, such as songs that you may have written or plays or books and things like that that give you good money looks? Well, that could be a problem. Speaking of money looks, the ideas that you have that somebody took from you may be what they used in order to get them recognition or sell whatever it is that came of the idea. So intellectual property is very, very important. And for those of you who may not know what intellectual property is, those are your ideas. That's the way you think. You know, it's your creativity. It's your ability to write some things and make people look at you like a queen, a king, and you do your thing because it's your brain and your mind and not another one they can't find. So we're going to talk about that today on the Urban Therapy with Sun show. We're going to get it popping too. So your ideas or your money, your ideas or your money, which one is safer to steal from you? Man, throughout the 80s and the 90s, you may have had relatives that were on drugs, particularly the crack drug, and they may have stolen things from you, stole things from you like jewelry, stole things from you like money, stole things from you like TVs and VCRs and CD players and all kinds of DVDs. They stole from you. What you are going to do? Well, there were no DVDs in the 90s, so let me not get that twisted. Well, DVDs came late in the 90s, very late, like maybe at the earliest 1998. I got a DVD player in 1999. You know, state of the art at the time. But anyway, that's what we're talking about today. Your ideas or your money. They may both be important to you. Are they equally important to you? Do you protect the things or the way that you think like they protect gold in Fort Knox? And some people are like that. Have you ever talked to anybody that has serious trust issues about people stealing their ideas? I have. Working as a comedian, working, you know, in even in any part of show business, the things that you think about, the things that you write about, what you put out there in business, show business, or in the universe out there to the public is important because those ideas can get you paid. They can generate contracts for you. And so if you're a person that's really prolific when it comes to coming up with new innovative ideas, it might be really beneficial to you to keep your keep your ideas to yourself. And it is a trust issue. It's a deep, deep trust issue. I've been around comedians, I've been around rappers, I've been around people who, quite frankly, didn't always want to show you what they had. I know, I know comedians from New York that would tell you, don't do your best stuff around Philly comedians, for example. Now, it's not that all Philly comedians are joke thieves. Actually, most of them aren't. But a few of them took the liberty, probably, and went up to New York and spit some jokes, told some jokes that weren't originally theirs. Maybe they took a small part of it and redecorated the joke and got laughs and somebody recognized where they heard that joke first. And it's not easy to come up with original jokes. I always did. But who's to say, you know what? I've come up with original jokes and I've seen national comedians, do those jokes. And they, like, this one guy I remember this one comedian that was on Def Comedy Jam. He was so funny. This guy wound up dying of AIDS. And and when I was a comedian, I used to talk a lot about HIV and stuff like that. And I'm watching this comedian do his skit on Def Comedy Jam. And it wasn't on the regular Def Comedy Jam. This was like Def Comedy Jam, Too Hot for the Streets or Too Hot for TV or something like that. These were, how the Def Comedy Jam comedians were known for being raw. Whether Too Hot for TV or however they said it, man, they were like, it was like super, super underground raw. Like on the 2 Live Crew type of thing. Anyway, I'm listening to this guy tell his jokes. And I'm thinking like, damn. It almost sounds like I stole this man's routine. It wasn't exactly the same. But hey, I'd never seen this guy. I'd never heard the jokes that he told. None of that shit. But I was like, wow. It almost made me a little uncomfortable. But at the same time, I had to think that you're not always the only one that thinks of certain things. But if you can catch lightning in a bottle, and if you can come up with certain ideas at the right time in front of the right people in the right situations, those ideas can get money for you. They can translate or transform into a dollar amount that you can control. So yeah. Shout out to Philly comedians, shout out to New York comedians. New York comedians are normally better than other comedians around the country. Not necessarily because their jokes are better, but because there's so many comedy clubs in New York. Like they hit so many different ones, and the comedy grind in New York is so strong that you're gonna really get comfortable being on stage a lot. So it can make your performance a lot better than other people who may only get on stage once a week or a couple of times or have to travel. And if you're a New York comedian, you really don't have to travel. You can make money right in New York and not have to go anywhere. They choose not to do that because it's so congested. And anyway, nonetheless, it's intellectual property. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. And you may have a vested interest in making sure you keep your cards close to your vest when it comes to certain people. Just like you would protect any secrets or any private material or things that are going on with you. Some things ain't for everybody. Everything ain't for everybody. And when it comes to your intellectual property, you have to make sure that you don't say the wrong things in front of the wrong people at the wrong time, because they'll do the wrong things with them. And with those things that you have said, And it might make you look bad. Nobody wants to look bad. I don't want to look bad. You don't want to look bad. Nobody wants to look bad, but we all look bad at one time or another. Sometimes through no fault of our own, and sometimes because we were drunk or high or under the influence or just fronting. But we've all had something stolen from us. We've all had ideas stolen from us. We've all had money stolen from us, jewelry stolen from us. Some of us have had life savings stole from us. Ugh. Cars, houses. How do you steal someone's house? The crazy part about it is it's actually true. Remember in the movie Beverly Hills Cop? Remember the movie Beverly Hills Cop? And I think a cop had accused Axel Foley of stealing the house that he was in. He was like, "What do you mean did I steal my house? How do you steal a house?" Yeah, fast forward to the year 2000, it is possible to steal a house. You could have your house stolen from you. That's crazy, right? But yeah, with the right contracts and all of that kind of stuff, people have had houses stolen from them, or they've signed mortgages for houses that belong to somebody else. So you lost your money that you put on the house, put down as a down payment on the house, and you didn't get to live in the house. Your house was stolen from you. They stole your house. Your house was stolen from you. It happens. Okay. T. Carey Wright says, my intellectual property is prime. I hear you. I do. I do. Listen, I don't have to, but I do this show every day. So I have to come up with fresh material every single day. It's not an easy thing to do. But what I don't do is take somebody else's material or their ideas or whatever. But there are times when I may be having a conversation with somebody, you know, and ideas will pop into my mind like, oh, that would be a good idea for a show. I remember years ago I was dealing with this chick that told me that every conversation that we had becomes one of my shows. I was pissed. I was like, first of all, if I were you, I wouldn't overstate my importance. That's what I wouldn't do. Because she was definitely doing that. I was like, it is not that deep. You are not that deep. And your ideas ain't that great. And I didn't take any of your ideas. We're having a conversation and we're talking about some subject matter. That's not your idea. And I'm not talking about your situation. Like, you know, but there are times when you can be accused of doing such. Unjustified. Hopefully, it's not the truth that's what you have done. Because there are people who do it. You know, just to be honest, there are people who steal people's ideas for a living. You know what I mean? Biters. Yo, you out here biting people material. You biting my rhymes. And if I hear you say my rhyme, we're going to have to fight because I just made the motherfucker up last night. You know? So you can't front. You can't front like you thought of this. But people will do it. They'll do it in a heartbeat. I understand. I get it. I know. On social media. People do it all the time. They think nothing of it. I've heard people defend it. I've heard people defend reposting other people's memes and and stuff. Now the thing is, if you didn't write it, it's not yours. Unfortunately, because of the agreement that you sign whenever you join social media, even when you think of it, it's not yours. Ain't that some shit? It does not belong to you just because you thought of it. Once you agree to put your to share material on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter, you cannot copyright it. It's not yours anymore. You have agreed to let them use your ideas. That can be a problem. That can be a problem when, like, for example, this show, the Urban Therapy with Sun Show. Excuse me, the Urban Therapy with Sun Show. I've already signed off saying that YouTube can use this. They can use a lot of things associated with. Now, suppose this episode, for example, blows up to 5 million views. They have dominion over that. They can use my likeness, my image, and all of that kind of stuff because I signed off on that. You have to understand how your intellectual property works and where it will work for you and against you. Copywritten material. So, what kind of ideas, what kind of money, when was the last time you've had your ideas or your money stolen from you? Or something else of value, something else that you probably paid for. It doesn't necessarily have to be cash money. But there may be times when somebody stole something from you that you paid for. So and that thing may have had value to you, personal value and monetary value. And so you might have felt some kind of way about it. I know I would feel some kind of way about it. I hate when people steal my stuff. And I've had a lot of things stolen over the years in my lifetime. I'm used to thievery being waged against me. Now, at the job, at the workplace is one of those places, man. It's one of those places. How many of y'all out there have had a manager or a supervisor steal your ideas and go to upper management or somewhere, wherever, and present those ideas as their own? Now you know that your ideas are the ones that are running the department or making things go smooth or whatever. And nobody wants to work under a supervisor or a manager or any type of authority figure that does not respect the people that are either under them or the people that they lead. Nobody wants to. Listen, how many of y'all have had the experience or witnessed somebody at the place that you work at complain that, remember when I said that it would be better to set the team up this way, or we should start here, or we should arrange the blah 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 this way? Remember when I was talking about in that meeting? He went to such and such and presented that, and he didn't give me any credit. He didn't say where he got it from, and now he getting raises and bonuses or whatever. It makes it look like he's doing such a great job around here, and he's not even qualified to work here. He's incompetent. She's incompetent, but she's stealing ideas and presenting those ideas as if they were his or her own, and getting all of the shine. And look at you in the background, looking like you hating. To people who don't know that it was your ideas that made this thing go or made this thing happen, it looks like you out there hating. It looks like you just don't want nobody else to be able to think of nothing. You have this superiority complex, and nothing can be farther from the truth. They steal it from you. They've stolen from you. It ain't right, but it happens. Managers, supervisors, to the point where some people have quit jobs. Some people have gone to HR. Some people have gone to upper management or whatever. And that's a decision that you have to make. And it's a gamble. It's a gamble. Because it can make it seem like, you're not a team player. Like, as long as the department is running well, why are you complaining about who came up with the ideas? Because they didn't give me credit. Well, even if they would have given you credit, it wasn't like, we monetized the idea. Look at them trying to make you look bad about wanting credit for your contribution. Well, I think you should get the credit. I think people who think of things, come up with things, invent things, create things, I think they should be given the credit. And sometimes the credit is money. Pay me. Pay me. You wouldn't have this, that, and the third if it wasn't for me coming up with a better way to get us serviced, or for us to provide services, or for us to get this thing popping. It wouldn't have gotten popping without me. I thought of it. We were running around here like chickens with our heads cut off before I came up with a systematic way for us to be able to be productive. We were very random. Here's a thought. Businesses actually hire us so they can be able to steal our ideas. Yeah, bust that. It's a fact, too. You actually sign off on being a team player. And being a team player means that you will contribute. And whatever your contribution is, that's part of your job. It's not like you're in sales, so you get a commission on everything that you sell. It's not like that. Anybody who has ever worked in sales know that there are certain ideas that you may come up with that may not turn out to be all your own when all is said and done. When the smoke clears. So, your ideas or your money. If there was a gun put to your head and you had to decide, which one can I stand to lose more? My ideas or my money? My ideas or my money? I think for me personally, I would probably say my ideas. And I hesitate when I say that. As a matter of fact, maybe I ought to pause a little longer. Money can always be replaced, but I know that for myself, I can come up with new ideas or different ideas faster than I can come up with money. I can come up with ideas faster than I can come up with money. But what about the golden idea? The idea that's the goose that lays the golden eggs. That idea that made the video go viral. I'm gonna read I saw a post on social media that caught my attention. It caught my attention this morning. Ah, man. Well, it's gone now. It's gone now. But it says something about people on Facebook begging people to buy stars for them, buy stars for them or whatever. Give them stars. You know, you can monetize your page on Facebook now, and you know, for your reels and stuff. And for those who don't know what reels are, because you know, you can't take for granted that everybody is into this kind of stuff. Your reels are those short little videos. Those little short videos normally no more than a minute long. And anyway, if you buy stars to show that you like the video, you can receive money from that. And so the post said, people on here begging for you to buy stars for their reels. And they said you wouldn't have to beg. If people like your video, then they'll pay like they weigh. And I was like, definitely spoken like somebody who's not getting paid off of this. Because if you don't promote yourself, people ain't just going to give you money just because they feel like it. They're not. A closed mouth doesn't get fed. So what I would expect somebody who's not really into this to understand that. Some people may not know what stars are and all that kind of stuff. And so they don't give. Just like even on this show, y'all know that y'all can buy stickers or top chat and you know all that kind of stuff. You know, you could donate. Everybody doesn't do it. Shout out to those who have done it. I appreciate it. Mucho. This mucho. But everybody doesn't do it. And if nobody tells you how it works, new users and stuff, they may not understand that. Not everybody pays attention to everything that's going on with the things that they use the most. You can love it or you can hate it, but it's an actual fact. T. Carey Wright says, I would lose more if my ideas were stolen right now. I get it. I do. I totally get it. You got this scheme, thinking of a master plan. Ain't nothing but dirt inside my hands. So yeah, your ideas, and the more your ideas will get you paid. And if you're very prolific, in other words, if you come up with a lot of ideas, good ideas, especially, you know, you can definitely get people to sponsor you, get people to believe in you, set things up for you. You can seize opportunities because people know that you got it going on. Every rapper, every screenwriter, every actor should be very concerned with their intellectual property. Shoot, people copy people all the time and get paid. Look what R. Kelly did after he got rid of public announcement. Remember, it used to be R. Kelly in public announcement. Y'all remember that? It seemed like so long ago. But after he left public announcement behind, he shaved his head, put on a vest with you know, nothing but a vest over his bare chest, and threw a pair of shades on. Who did he look like? Aaron Hall. Looked a lot like Aaron Hall. You know Aaron Hall from Guy. I Miss You. And he even started singing like Aaron Hall. So he took his whole persona. He took his whole style and ran with it. Ran with it for years. We didn't even know R. Kelly wasn't going bald. He went from bald head to braids. Like, you think nobody encouraged him to do that? Evidently, he was okay with the idea. Evidently, he was fine with the idea. Made millions and millions of dollars. But that wasn't his original idea. I always wondered what Aaron Hall might have thought about when R. Kelly did that. Came out with that 12-play album. Album was a classic. Whether you like R. Kelly or not, one thing it's hard to do is deny how good of a songwriter, performer, and artist that he is. That's going to be hard. You're going to kind of have to be hating in order to get that off. But anyway, he stole his whole shit. He stole everything except for the lyrics. But the way he was saying the lyrics. And his whole... Why Aaron Hall? You ever think about that? Like, why Aaron Hall? It wasn't like Aaron Hall had like a string of hits that you could point to. It wasn't like he was this multi-platinum selling artist. And that could have been the reason why he stole his style. He might have stole his style because he was he made a hit. He's well known, but he ain't blow like all of that. How many hits did Aaron Hall have off of his solo album? Maybe 2. I Miss You was the biggest song he had. And no, I Miss You and Don't Be Afraid, right? Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. His rape song. His rape song. Well, and I only say that because, Aaron Hall has long been reported. I'm not going to say rumored. Has long been reported as being a sexual deviant. Rape. Promoters have said that they have had to pay plenty of people off, plenty of women off not to do Aaron Hall in. Now, fast forward to 2019, and what do we have? Well, even way earlier than that, but R. Kelly definitely has some issues with sexual deviance. Let's call it that, shall we? Sexual deviance. Did he steal that from Aaron Hall also? I don't know. He should have left that part. Anyway, Savoy says, I know what it's like to have your ideas stolen from the company you work for. Do you now? Well, TK Wright says, Aaron Hall had all that money and has teeth. Wait, he has all that money and his teeth was crooked. That's what we doing? That's what we doing? Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Yo, you listen to the lyrics in Aaron Hall's song, Don't Be Afraid. It's like a horror movie. It's a horror movie. Carol Chamberlain, me friend, me favorita. Savoy, build and destroy. T. Carey, right? Morning, noon, and night. What up, y'all? And T. Carey, right, says, R. Kelly became the cute Aaron Hall. Well, I never looked at it that way. And I've never heard it put that way. So, good looking on that perspective. But yeah, so intellectual property. Now, hold on. So, Savoy says that people have stolen. She knows what it's like. What she said? She knows what it's like to have your ideas stolen from the company you work for. Mm-hmm. People will do it. They will do it. Now, Savoy, do you have more of a problem with the fact that they stole your ideas or a bigger problem with the fact that they didn't mention your name. If they didn't mention your name, did they mention your name? Well, I guess if they mention your name, that wouldn't be stealing. It could be. It could be because they could kick it like y'all came up with it together. So there's some speculation. There's some questions about exactly who thought of what. Like, I ain't steal your stuff. We was talking together. Which one y'all think? Which one? I mean, well, I'm asking you specifically. Did whoever stole your idea, first of all, was it male? Was it female? You know, like did they give any credit or any indication that you had anything to do with it? Or did they kick it like, I'm a genius? I'm coming up with all this stuff. Y'all can't get with me. I am the backbone behind this here business. Before we were headed to bankruptcy. I saved this here company with my great ideas. And don't think I'm just playing around when I say that, because a good idea, an innovative idea, implemented in the right way, can make or break a company. Really. You know, it could be a last ditch effort type of thing. Think about some companies that were on the rocks. They were really in a lot of financial trouble before they changed the way that they did some things. Let's see if we can point to some companies that did a whole 360. It looked like they were on their way under. It was over. And then they made a comeback. Record companies did it a lot. You know, one hit record, one gold or platinum record could save a record company back in the day. Easily. I'm trying to think of any situations where that was the case. So boy says, I got no credit. They said it wasn't in the budget, but they used my ideas for another department. Man. Yeah. Yeah. And like I was saying, one of the biggest problems with that, with something that happens like that, is that, like, what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do? It wasn't in the budget. I guess it wasn't in the budget for your department. It was in the budget for another department. They got money. Bobby Hill Cisse, Barbara Hill Cisse. Barbara Hill, what she say? She say. He say, she say, she say. Yeah, people stealing your ideas. Stealing your ideas. So what's worse? What's worse for y'all? The ideas or the money? The ideas or the money? Having your ideas stolen from you or the money? What's worse? What's worser? What's worser to y'all? Is having your ideas stolen from you worser than your worser than having your money taken? Or I mean taken, my fault, taken. Is having is having your money taken worse than having your ideas taken? I don't know. For me, it depends on the amount of money, man. Like I said, I'll give up ideas because you never know who's listening to what you're saying in the conversation to somebody, and you may not even have had an idea, but somebody can get inspiration off of something that you said, and you may not even remember saying it, but they do. So they might look at it like, well, you ain't doing nothing with these ideas, so I took them. There might be sometimes when you didn't even know they was gone. Somebody took my ideas, I didn't even know. Have you ever had that happen? Have you ever had somebody come back to you and tell you, yo, such and such ran with that thing you was talking about? And you was like, what thing? You don't remember you was talking about they should do this or they should do that or they should buy this or this would make something better. You was just talking in jest. But they just took your ideas, fool. They took it and they ran. They ran with it. So boy says, the money would have been great. But if not, give me the credit. Gotta get something. Gotta get something out of the deal. But yeah, a lot of companies, a lot of managers, supervisors, or whatever, will steal your ideas. And then, so then now you don't really want to work for them. Now you don't really, and you definitely would never bring up another good idea around them again. Like, nope. This company gets no ideas from me. This company gets no ideas from me. Even if it makes my work day better. Even if it hates it up. I don't care what it happens. I'm not going to give it up. No more ideas from me. Y'all ain't nothing but a bunch of thieves. And me, I think y'all should leave me alone. I'm not doing this. The tone of my voice should let you know that's not my choice. Y'all have stolen from me for the last damn time. Y'all going to hear this last rhyme. I'm tired of you and all of y'all so-called executives. Y'all won't let me live. Y'all won't let me step up. Y'all talking about I gotta get a degree. Y'all motherfuckers don't even have a degree. Y'all goddamn selves. I can't. Yeah. So when was the last time y'all had something stolen from y'all? Anybody have anything stolen from them recently? Dealing with a thief is hard, especially when you have a fox in the hen house. In other words, especially when you have a situation where the person that you are in love with or that's a family member, like sometimes your kids are the thieves. Where they learn to steal like that? I don't steal. Well, you steal a little bit, but steal a lot. It's hard to escape a thief when the thief is very, very close to you. But one thing is for sure, normally, I'm not going to say this all the time for all times, but you normally don't have to worry about your family members stealing no ideas from you. They steal stuff from you. They steal stuff. Tapes, CDs, records. You know what I mean? Jewelry, clothes. Any of y'all ever grow up with a brother or a sister that wore the same size as you? You go in your closet to go get, that nice sweater, those jeans you were about to wear. Wait a minute. Where is my coat? Where's my jacket? Where's my jeans? Where's my pants? Where's my corduroys? Where's my slacks? Where's my sweater? Where's my shirt? It ain't there. You put it in your closet or wherever you keep your clothes at, and it's gone. So you have your suspicions about who might have it. Come home from school, your brother or your sister is rocking your shit. You pissed. Especially if y'all go to the same school. Especially if y'all go to the same school. That's going to look like y'all sharing clothes. It ain't that type of party. They done wore your shit before you had a chance to wear your shit. Yo, that'll have brothers and sisters rumbling. I'm gonna whoop your ass. And mommy ain't gonna break it up this time. You know, your mom come break up the fight. And you start feeling like she really only broke up the fight because you was getting the best of your brother or your sister. And your mom came and saved her again. Mom, I just bought this Benetton shirt. I just bought this Benetton shirt. And I didn't even get a chance to wear the shirt. And she done wore the shirt. And now when I wear the shirt to school, you know, they gonna be thinking that I'm wearing her shirt. I ain't wearing her shirt. I don't, you know what I mean? I work at the school. Her bum ass. She wore my Benetton. She can have it now. Mom, can you buy me another Benetton shirt because she wore my Benetton. Benetton was a big deal in the 80s. It was in the mid 80s, 84, 85, 86. Benetton was a big deal. It's a big deal. Never quite understood why. But it was a big deal. That Benetton. So he says, I was told, sorry, we can't do this right now. But if you have any more ideas, my door is so Yo, you gotta chill. What? They said what? I was told, sorry, we can't do this right now. But if you have any more ideas, my door is open. Yo, my condolences. Yeah, that's the death of your confidence right there. That's some BS too. It really is. That's some corny shit. Woo. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Like I was saying, your family members will take your stuff. You might be married to a thief or in love with the sticky fingers. They got sticky fingers. They see stuff. Some people are just impulsive that way. They see something that they want and they just take it. They don't give a shit if they were supposed to have it. They don't give a shit that it's yours. They look at themselves as just borrowing things. But they're not just borrowing things. They are stealing. It's yours. It's yours. You know. Your ideas. By the way, make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure that y'all share the show. Make sure that y'all subscribe to the channel. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, this is the Urban Therapy with Sun Show. I'm your host, Sun752. Sunday afternoon on the 15th of January. This is actually MLK's birthday today. This is MLK weekend, MLK Day weekend. And today is the actual day that Martin Luther King Jr. was born. Rest in peace to the great leader. I wonder if he ever stole any ideas. Would it be ridiculous to think that Martin Luther King didn't think up the strategy that he had to bring human rights to us? Would y'all be upset if y'all found out something like that? Would you be upset if you found out that Martin Luther King Jr. didn't come up with didn't come up with the idea of the speeches that he made and became famous for? Would that matter to y'all? If MLK had a ghostwriter? Would it matter to y'all if if uh if you heard a recording of a preacher from down south who sounded so much like Martin Luther King and had ideas and a swag like Martin Luther King? And what if you found out that this guy was doing it way before Martin Luther King started doing it? And what if you found out that Martin Luther King bit off of him? What if you found out that Martin Luther King's inspiration came from this preacher? What if something like that happened? Would it diminish the respect, the love, or the admiration that you had for Martin Luther King if that's what you had for him? Would it? Would it? Carol Chamberlain says, no, I think if that happened, it would discredit him. Interesting. T. Carey Wright says he didn't come up with everything alone, which is understandable. But what about his whole swag? What about his, the way he enunciated his words? What if? What if? What if he had a straight ghostwriter or an inspirational ghostwriter? Like, this is who he patterned himself after. He said that person was an inspiration to him. TK Wright says, Carol, my sister's mom was part Cola Clark. Cola Clark was part of his crew. They would run with ideas presented by some women in the squad. His swag was real. Okay, cool. No, only thing I'm asking is what if you found out? I'm not saying that, these are actual facts. I'm not trying to, low key present facts about that. I'm not doing that at all. I'm asking, would it matter? Same thing with Malcolm X. Now, remember, Malcolm X wasn't a big deal when Malcolm X was alive. We all know Malcolm X as being this great human rights leader who really, wanted to do his thing for black people and all of that. But at the time that Malcolm X was alive, nobody cared about Malcolm X. I'm not even trying to diss, but it's the truth. He was virtually unknown to most. He blew up when he passed. He got a lot of recognition and a lot of promotion and a lot of respect when he passed. But if you would have asked the average person out there about Malcolm X or who was Malcolm X, I'm talking about black people, they would have been like, I don't know. Not everybody was into that stuff. Not everybody was into it. Thinking that all black people were into the civil rights movement back then is like thinking that all gay people are in the LGBTQ now. They are. So that wasn't a good example. But what I mean is, okay, that would be like thinking that all black people are into Black Lives Matter now. It wasn't like that. His name was Cola Clark. Okay. So Cola Clark was a male. And T. Carey Wright says, I wasn't upset when when I found out. Well, you can't expect if he has a team around him, the reason that you have a team is to bounce ideas off of each other. It's like a think tank. A think tank. You come up with stuff. You bounce ideas off of each other. You try things out. That's how you build a movement. One person shouldn't have all the ideas of how the movement should be. Well, in the direction that the movement should go, or it shouldn't just be one person's vision. Okay. Oh, you said it says her. Okay, because I know you wrote her in the first paragraph, whatever. Carol Chambers says, "I'm sure he didn't come up with everything, and I'm sure your sister's mom was very inspirational to him. Yeah, we all get inspiration. Sometimes the inspiration is a straight bite, though. What about that? What about when the inspiration is a straight bite? All our rhymes are recited, and you are invited." Yeah. Biting my rhymes, baby. Don't come around here biting my rhymes. Well, they say behind every good man is a great woman, but how do they say it? Behind every good man is every great man is a good one. Something. How does it go? How's it go? Behind every, I don't know. Behind every good man is a woman better than him. How it go? Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. How it go? Anybody know? Does anybody know how it go? Do we? Behind every good man is a great woman. Is that how it goes? Sounds good to me. Behind every good man is a great woman. It actually, it's true. It is. It's just straight true. If a man doesn't draw inspiration from his interaction with women or his woman, I don't know. It doesn't sound like a favorable position to me. Because it's the alpha and the omega. It's the yin to the yang. Did y'all know that it's yin to the yang? The way they used to say it back in the day, I thought they were saying yin to the yang. I thought they both ended with a G, but it's not that way. It's yin. Yin to the yang. The yin to the yang. All right. We're about to do these birthday shout outs. You know why? Because it's football playoff Sunday. And the game started at 1. So I'm already late. So that's why I started on time today. I know y'all didn't expect that. But yeah. All right. So shout out to the Jacksonville Jaguars doing their thing last night. The San Francisco 49ers. Yeah, it is what it is. But let's do these birthday shout outs. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious January 15th, Martin Luther King. And they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special because they are special, because they are special, because they are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They get Number one out the box. Well, it's Martin Luther King Jr. Happy posthumous birthday to you. Happy heavenly birthday to you. And also Joanna Lorene. Happy birthday to you. And my man Keith Duckett, aka Mr. Duckett, aka Keith Duckett. He has 3 accounts on my joint. But that's my man. Go getter. He's a really good dude. Happy birthday to you, turning 64 years old today. And also Maria Reynolds turning 59 years old today. And Mitch Bonzo turning 34 years old today. And Percy McIntyre, no relation. But what up, cuz? Turning 38 years old today. And also Madeline Ellaby turning 43 years old today. And D Bell turning 57 years old today. And Suzanne Lewis turning 45 years old today. And my girl Chapman, happy birthday to you. I want to say happy birthday to all of y'all and anyone else out there who shares this birthday on this glorious January 15th, anywhere out there in the world. I hope that today finds you all in good health, happiness, mind, body, soul, and spirit. All of y'all go ahead and turn up. But don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out, rock on it, do the damn, the rock out, rock on it, do the damn, rock out, rock on it, do the damn thing, and do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings, you do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind, and anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours, and remember, man, listen, check it out. I'm going to say like this. Your intellectual property is important. The ideas that you come up with is important. The things that you spend your money on, spend time with. Take time out of your busy schedule to develop and make and buy and present and give away. Those things are important. They belong to you. They belong to you. And for somebody to just come along and steal your shit, take your shit, borrow your shit, misuse your stuff, it ain't right. And people do it all the time. And sometimes you might even have to put hands on people who do it. It might be in your best interest to let it go sometimes, because you don't want to get yourself in any deeper trouble. But sometimes you just have to handle your business, and people have to understand that they should not do these things to you. They shouldn't violate. They shouldn't be violating you. Sometimes, niggas be violating. Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death. Resuscitate y'all. Love y'all right back to life. We will be back tomorrow night at 7 p.m. for another Daily Go Getimism show. I hope y'all enjoy listening to this show as much as I enjoy broadcasting it. I want y'all to have a good day. It's a little chilly outside, so make sure y'all keep warm and safe and comfortable at any corner of the earth where you may be listening from, watching from. All right, so Blog Talk, we gonna get you out of here. Yeah. And for my YouTubers, you know just how we do, but thanks for coming on through. See you on the other side, my boobers. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure that y'all share the show. Make sure that y'all subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. And peace, y'all.